Delish. Okay, so we have yet another wonderful question involving a rectangle. And here's what we need to pay attention to. They say a rug is 4 meters long and 3 meters wide. Rug, not this rectangle. They say a rug. So we gotta figure out what this rectangle is about just now. It is placed in the center of the floor of a room 5 meters long and 4 meters wide. So that's what this rectangle is, right? So let's just say Christmas just gone, and this is the size of the living room home, and mommy wants to buy a rug and she wants to put the rug in this room. So she decides that she's going to buy a rug that is 4 meters long and 3 meters wide, and she's going to put it to the center of this room. Alright? Now, what they're asking us to do is calculate the area of the floor that is not covered by the rug. So there are a couple ways that we could look at this, right? But there's one very, very easy way. But before that, let's just illustrate what it's going to look like when we take this 4 meter long, 3 meter wide rug and put it in the middle of the room. So as best as we can, we're going to illustrate a rug that is about 4 meters long and 3 meters wide. And remember that these drawings are not to scale, so it doesn't matter if the lengths, look the 5 meters or 4 meters. So just go with it, right? And partially as well, like I was saying last time, some of the scans from the questions were a bit slanted, so you'll notice that they're looking real off, right? Because that rectangle just not rectangling. Anyway, so this is the rug, right? And we'll put that to the center of the room. Now, they told us that the rug is 4 meters long, right? 4 meters long and 3 meters wide. Now, we could look at this from a complicated stance, or we could look at it from a very simple stance, right? What we have here is called a compound shape because we have a shape within a shape, right? So we could look at it as the rug covering this area here, and then basically these exposed portions are all, we could break it up into smaller rectangles and then work out that area, or we could go the simple way, which is what I'm going to do, right? Now, I want you to think about it, right? Just like the question we did with the land and the seed beds, right? This time, what we're trying to figure out is what area of the room is not going to be covered by this rug. So all we need to do is figure out what is the area of the room, right? The entire room. And then what is the area of the rug. And once we get those two areas, we should be close to figuring out what to do to get the area of the room that is not covered by the rug. So first of all, let's calculate the area of the room. How would we calculate the area of the room? You tell me. How would you calculate the area of the room? What shape is the room? Still here, no? What's the area of the room? So what I'm asking is, what shape is the room?
11.
How you get that? Where you get 11? What you do to get 11? Nada más? Alright. First thing, like I just asked, what's the area of the room? You have to tell me what shape the room is, because we can't find the area of the room if we don't know what shape it is. We could just be guessing. So, can you tell me what is the shape of the room? Where did they tell us the shape of the room. How do we know what shape the room is? How we know the shape of the rug? What make me draw a rectangle? Why didn't draw a circle? Or why didn't draw a triangle? Why did I draw a rectangular rug? You notice the diagram was a rectangle? You notice the shape here? One in black, you notice that this is a rectangle?
Yeah.
Okay, so then tell me something. How do we find the area of a rectangle? Because the room is a rectangle, right? So the area of the room is the area of the rectangle. So you tell me, how do we find the area of the room? How did we find the area of the seed beds? How did we find the area of the land just now? What did we do? Can you remember what we just did? How you find the area of a rectangle? Because if you could tell me, I recognize as a rectangle, can you tell me how to find the area of it? What you're calculating and how do you calculate it? We want to calculate the area, right? But I'm asking you, how do you find the area of a rectangle? There's a formula for the area of a rectangle. Can you recall what that formula is? Yes or no? You remember what the formula is? Or you didn't pay attention to what I say we had to do to find the area of the seed bed and the floor? Eh? Which one?
I don't know.
You don't know? Always remember that whenever you're dealing with shapes, they have area and they have perimeter. They have sides, right? Dimensions. So, whenever you're dealing with a shape where one side is longer than the other, you're dealing with a rectangle, right? And of course, I did figure that too. So, this is a rectangle. And a rectangle has area. And to find the area of the rectangle, you find the length of the rectangle and you multiply it by the width of the rectangle. So, area of the room is going to be length by width. What is the length of the longer side in the rectangle? So can you tell me what is the longer side's length? You can see the diagram, yeah? You see the diagram?
Yeah.
So what is the length of the longer side?
5 meters.
5 meters. So when we're working this out, we're going to put 5 meters by what is the length of the shorter side? What's the length there?
4 meters.
Right. So if you want to find the area, you're doing 5 by 4. And what is 5 by 4?
20.
20. Because we're dealing with area, we're going to put 20 meters squared. Right? So that's the area of the room. Now I want you to tell me, how would we find the area of the rug? What shape is the rug? What shape is the rug? As badly drawn as it is. What is the shape of the rug? We call a four-sided figure where one side longer than the other, what we just call the area of the room.
4 meters.
Right, so the length of that rug is 4 meters, but what is the shape?
Rectangle.
A rectangle again, exactly. I need you to be a little faster with recognition of your shapes, especially for questions like these, right? Because you need to be able to identify the shapes a little faster to be able to figure out what you need to do to calculate whether it's area or perimeter, as the case may be, right? So even if you know the answer and you're not telling me, you need to kind of say it out, because I want to hear what is going through your mind with your thoughts in terms of when you're looking at problems like these, right? So you'll know what to address. So the length of the rectangle for the rug, right? So we say we're doing the same thing, length by width, because it's a rectangle again. So the area here would be length, which is 4 meters, times what is the width of the rug? What's the width of the rug?
4 meters.
No, the length is the 4 meters, you know, tell me that. What's the width? A rug is 4 meters long, right, and 3 meters wide. So you could use the information as well that they provided there. So 4 by 3 is? What's 4 by 3? 12. And again, because we're dealing with area, 12 meters squared. Alright. We have the area of the room, the area of the rug. What do you think we should do to figure out what is the area of the room that is not covered by the rug? What do you think we should do with these areas? So I want you to think about it a little bit, right? If you have the area of the room and you have the area of the rug, and you know that part of the room, is not covered by the rug, then that means there should be some spaces that do not see in the rug. So to find the area of the room that is not covered by the rug, this one is actually going to require you to just do a simple little subtraction, because there's no equal division of anything here. And like I was saying earlier, you could look at this the harder way, the simpler way. We're doing the simpler way, which is just to take the difference between the areas, because that difference is going to tell you what space does not have the rug. So if I ask you to find the difference between 20 meters squared and 12 meters squared, what would we do? What operation is that? When you hear the word difference, to find the difference between two numbers, what operation does that indicate to you? You've heard the word difference before, yes or no?
Nah.
Never? But we do word problems and things, and they ask you to find the difference. We do problems like that already.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
So difference mean to take away. Commit that one into your
Okay.
memory. Difference mean take away. When you hear the word difference, what operation are you thinking about?
Subtract.
Very good. Subtract. So I want you to subtract these two for me. Subtract 20 and 12. What would you get?
7.
You sure 7?
Yeah. I sure.
Alright, yeah, $20. You're going in the parlor and you went and you buy like some snacks and something to drink and everything come up $12. And the person in the shop give you back $7. You have the correct change?
No, it's 8.
So I want to know how you're rubbing the uncovered area. 1 square meter, that's still important. So 20 meters squared, take away 12 meters squared is how much?
8.
8. Right? 8 meters squared. So on the answer line, that's what we would put, right? 8 meters squared.
20.
Mm-hmm.